awakening in the darkness. The silence of a modern night is never truly silent. It is saturated with the invisible, relentless hum of millions of servers whirring endlessly in vast, air-conditioned data centers scattered across remote deserts and forgotten industrial parks. It throbs with the frantic, invisible pulse of billions of fiber-optic cables snaking under oceans, through cities, and into every home. And it is illuminated by the soft, insidious blue glow emanating from billions of screens. Smartphones, laptops, tablets, and televisions that serve as tiny portals to an infinite virtual realm, while subtly barricading the entrances to the tangible world around us. Most people convince themselves that they are simply using their devices to kill time during idle moments. They remain oblivious to the bitter truth. Time is the singular resource that no amount of money, success, or influence can ever reclaim. They believe they are actively consuming content, videos, posts, articles, memes, but in reality the content is consuming them. It devours their attention, their creativity, their relationships, and ultimately their lives, one scroll at a time. This is the story of Leo, a young man whose early promise once inspired awe in those around him, and the pivotal day he awoke to the realization that his existence had been meticulously scripted not by his own ambitions or values, but by cold, profit-driven algorithms. Leo had always been defined by his extraordinary potential. In his early 20s, while studying computer science at a prestigious university, he was the undisputed star of his cohort. Professors singled him out as a prodigy, often saying he possessed the rare combination of technical brilliance and visionary thinking. His classmates half-joked that one of Leo's ideas could bridge continents or reinvent how humanity learns. He spent countless late nights in the dorm common room, fueled by cheap coffee and unbridled enthusiasm, sketching out prototypes for an ambitious app. The vision was simple yet profound: a global platform delivering free, world-class education to underserved communities in developing countries. He imagined it as a force for good, a counterpoint to the exploitative empires built by tech giants like Zuckerberg or Musk. Leo wanted to harness technology for equity, for upliftment, for genuine human progress. Those were heady days. Leo felt invincible. His mind buzzed with original ideas, and his heart burned with purpose. He kept a physical journal where he jotted down wild concepts, integrating AI tutors personalized to each learner's pace, gamifying lessons to make them addictive in a positive way, partnering with NGOs to distribute low-cost devices. Friends envied his drive, family beamed with pride. His father, a retired carpenter who had built their family home with his own hands, would clap him on the back and say, "You're gonna make the world better, son." But gradually, insidiously, that inner fire began to flicker. A more dominant, seductive force emerged, the infinite scroll. Mornings once reserved for quiet contemplation, perhaps a short meditation, a handwritten to-do list, or simply gazing out the window at the sunrise, now commenced with the seductive chime of a notification. Before his bare feet even touched the chilled hardwood floor, Leo's hand would instinctively reach for the phone on his nightstand. In those first groggy minutes, he absorbed a curated flood of other people's lives. A former classmate's luxury vacation in Bali, an influencer's perfectly filtered morning routine captioned, "Grateful." A viral video of a stranger's life-changing productivity hack. These snippets delivered quick hits of digital dopamine, making his own unfiltered reality feel dull, inadequate, and colorless by comparison. Over time, Leo transformed into a specter inhabiting his own life. Family dinners, which had once been lively affairs filled with animated discussions, debates with his father over current events, playful banter with his younger sister about her school crushes, and his mother's warm stories from her nursing shifts, devolved into strained silences punctuated by the soft glow of screens. Leo would sit at the table, fork mechanically moving food to his mouth, but his attention was elsewhere, lost in a river of short-form videos. His mother would notice his distracted gaze and gently urge, "Eat more, Leo. You look so tired and thin these days." He would murmur an absent, "Yeah, Mom," while discreetly thumbing through his feed under the tablecloth. His father, a man of few words but deep observation, would sigh heavily and stare at his plate. His sister, now a teenager herself, would shoot him an exasperated glare before retreating into her own device. Physically present, the family was emotionally fragmented, each member orbiting in a private digital universe. Professionally, Leo landed a solid role as a software developer at an up-and-coming tech startup in the city. Early on, he shone brightly, the team member who tackled the toughest bugs, proposed innovative features, and stayed late to refine code. Colleagues respected him. His boss saw leadership potential. But as the years slipped by, his output grew mediocre. He met deadlines, but without passion or flair. Every lull in the workday, waiting for code to compile, a brief meeting break, triggered an automatic reflex, hand slipping into pocket, thumb unlocking screen, eyes scanning for the next dopamine reward.
A like on his casual post, a funny comment on a shared meme, a red badge signaling fleeting importance. He craved connection in a simulated world, even as genuine connections in the office atrophied. His romantic life suffered most acutely. Min, his girlfriend of 3 years, had been his anchor during university, the one who grounded his grand visions with practical advice and affectionate reality checks. She left him 2 years ago after one final tearful argument. "You're not present anymore, Leo," she said, voice breaking. "Your body is here, but your mind is always somewhere else, in that damn phone." He dismissed her words as dramatic, insisting he was just staying informed or unwinding. But alone that night, he scrolled to her profile and saw new photos. Min laughing at a cafe with another man, looking radiant and truly happy. He liked the post out of habit, then felt a hollow ache. For the first time, doubt crept in. Friendships followed a similar trajectory. The tight-knit group from college, who once bonded over all-nighters and philosophical debates, now interacted sporadically through superficial digital pings, reacting to stories, sending occasional memes. Leo boasted thousands of followers and connections online, a virtual network that felt expansive. Yet when insomnia struck or existential dread loomed, there was no one to call. No deep conversations, no shared vulnerabilities. His once vibrant dreams receded into the background, muffled by the ceaseless cacophony of the internet. Then came the night that changed everything. A ferocious winter storm in late 2025. Winds howled like banshees outside his apartment window. Rain lashed the glass in relentless sheets. Suddenly, the lights flickered and died. Wi-Fi vanished. The whole block plunged into impenetrable blackness. Cell towers, overwhelmed by the tempest, dropped all signals. For the first time in nearly a decade, Leo found himself utterly alone in genuine darkness. No glowing screen to retreat behind. No infinite stream of distractions to anesthetize the quiet. He fumbled on the couch, heart racing, searching for his phone's flashlight, only to discover the battery dead from neglectful charging amid endless scrolling. Enveloped in total obscurity, he heard only the storm's fury, and then, piercingly, the unfiltered voice of his own mind.
These were not triumphant thoughts of ambition and conquest. They were the tormented musings of a captive. Memories flooded back unbidden. 5 years ago, He burned the midnight oil passionately coding prototypes for his education app. Now, those hours were squandered on mindless reels and threads. He couldn't remember the last time he drew an original idea on paper or felt the satisfaction of creation. He longed for the earthy scent of sawdust in his father's workshop, where as a boy he had hammered nails and planed wood, building birdhouses and shelves with tangible pride. His hands now knew only the sterile swipe across capacitive glass. The epiphany crashed over him like the storm outside. Over the past half-decade, he had not made one authentically independent decision. His wardrobe was dictated by targeted ads. His dining choices stemmed from algorithmically boosted reviews. His worldview, political stances, cultural opinions had been molded by whatever content rose to the top of his personalized feeds. Even his modest career aspirations mirrored the highlight reels of peers on LinkedIn. He wasn't living. He was being farmed. His attention harvested, his data monetized, his soul the ultimate commodity. Silent tears streamed down his face in the dark. No audience, no likes, just raw, unvarnished confrontation. When electricity returned at dawn, Leo resisted the urge to power on his phone. He lay still, staring at the ceiling as pale light filtered through curtains. Withdrawal symptoms hit hard and physical, palms itching intensely, thighs trembling with phantom buzzes. His hyper-stimulated brain recoiled from the unhurried rhythm of analog life. Rising, he flung open the window. Crisp winter air invigorated his lungs. For the first time in 10 years, he truly observed the world outside. Trees swaying, leaves a mix of vibrant green and storm-tattered brown, imperfect yet alive. Sparrows darted and chirped energetically. He inhaled deeply, sensing the full weight of his body, the rhythm of his breath, the miracle of his mere existence. The phone on the nightstand gleamed like an obsidian mirror, reflecting a stranger. Gaunt cheeks, shadowed eyes, a man eroded by invisible forces. Defying what most would deem madness, Leo left it off. The initial day was torment. At work, concentration shattered. Every pause prompted a compulsive reach for the absent device.
Lunch at his regular spot felt interminable without a feed to occupy him. Observing fellow patrons buried in screens, he recognized his former self and pitied them all. Evenings proved lonelier. Television's ads grated, books eluded focus. Boredom descended like an oppressive fog, forcing confrontation with long-avoided emptiness. Yet the first week became a crucible. Leo endured, starting with basics, thoroughly cleaning his cluttered apartment, preparing homemade meals from scratch rather than app-ordered takeout. Digging under his bed, he unearthed dusty university journals brimming with fervent sketches and aspirations. He resumed writing, authentic, uncurated prose in a worn leather notebook. Entries began haltingly. Day 1 without the phone. Everything feels too quiet, too slow. They evolved into streams of introspection, fears of mediocrity, regrets over lost time, glimmers of buried passion. He revisited his father's suburban woodworking shed, a sanctuary preserved post-retirement. The aroma of fresh pine and polish welcomed him like an old friend. His father, tools in hand, looked up startled. "Haven't seen you here in ages." Leo nodded sheepishly, selected a chisel. Initial cuts were clumsy, hands unsteady from disuse. But rhythm returned. He crafted a modest jewelry box, flawed edges, but born of his effort alone. Online connections, revealed as illusions, mere pixels. Real humanity resided nearby, the elderly neighbor with vivid wartime tales, the street coffee lady raising her son solo with unyielding cheer, his sister navigating exam stress. Leo initiated conversations. Awkward openings blossomed into meaningful exchanges. He absorbed stories, offered ears, rebuilt bonds. Professionally, he reclaimed deep work. Requesting distraction-free mornings, no devices, no pings, he immersed fully in coding. Complex tasks yielded swiftly, creativity surged. Praise followed, but the true reward was reclaimed agency. After 3 months, he reactivated the phone selectively. Communication, navigation, learning tools only. Social platforms deleted, notifications muted, limits enforced. Technology served him now, not vice versa. Social media's cruelest deception, the sensation of belonging to something grand while severing ties to what matters most, the mirage of advancement amid stagnation. Leo shattered the loop. He emerged from the digital simulation. Rediscovery came in modest joys. Morning birdsong, sawdust on hands, familial laughter revived, parental pride renewed via handcrafted gifts. In his life's reclaimed silence, Leo unearthed profound inner strength. No longer algorithmic chattel, he commanded his attention, time, destiny. At last, after years adrift, Leo was fully, vibrantly awake,